Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to check out 17 different case designs specifically made for the Galaxy Note 20 line of devices. I'm talking about the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. There's some cases that are original from Samsung, some cases from Pitaka, as well as Allxr, and as well as VRS Design. So different companies, but again, 17 different designs. Not only that, I'm also going to be sharing with you guys one of my favorite wallpaper applications that I like to use on my Note 20 line of devices, even the S20. It's called Wallpix. I have 19 different codes to give out to you guys so you guys can enjoy free copies of this application for your Android device today. This is TK. Let's go ahead and check out all these cases and the wallpaper app. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified whenever we have new videos on the channel. So here I have them, the Note 20 Ultra and the Note 20, and the cases are actually separated specifically for that. The cases on the right are all Note 20 Ultra cases, and the ones on the left are Note 20 cases. Keep it in mind that even though I'm showing it on a Note 20 or a Note 20 Ultra, the same design exists for both of these cases, and I'll try to give you guys links to all of these things, again, in the description below. We're going to start off by real quick going through the Samsung cases. Those are the original Samsung cases available directly from them. First case we're taking a look at is the clear protective case. This is from Samsung, and the really cool thing about this is that it provides you all the protection that you need, good grip, good buttons on the side, an opening for the microphone as well as on the bottom, and it still allows you to see the device. So if you pick up the bronze one or the black one, you're definitely going to be able to appreciate it. And of course, it looks really nice and definitely has some nice grips on both sides. No coverage on as far as the front panel, and of course a nice little raised lip on both the top and bottom to protect the front-facing display. Very nice and very good, and of course it does fix that little wobble concern that we normally have with the Note 20 Ultra, since this is actually pretty much of a big hump on the back here. The next one we have here is the Smart Clear View Cover, available both for the Note 20 Ultra as well as the Note 20. Our device just inserts very easily, and then we put it on the side, and when we turn it on, we notice that the display actually now has additional functions as opposed to the normal notification that we get here on the top left. So when you close it, you're able to actually interface with it. Also, if you have any music playing in the background, you're able to actually swipe through the notification, and of course if you select something, unlock the device, give your fingerprint, it'll take you directly into the notification and you're able to access it. The main thing you want to keep in mind is that there's no configuration for this. You just install it, use it, and it works great. It does have an opening at the top, but it does provide basically more like corner protection on both sides, as well as the ability of basically pulling out the S Pen here very nicely and very easily. There is no S Pen functionality here, and it does not actually connect magnetically, so just keep in mind this actually does stay open. But it is definitely a very nice stylish one with an earpiece at the top for receiving calls in case you need to actually answer. So this is, again, the clear view cover. Wireless charging and reverse wireless charging works great on this one. Now, the Note 20 Ultra is definitely a premium device, so they do offer some leather options. Again, this is the Samsung leather. It is definitely a nice suede material on the inside to protect our device. And of course, it just snaps on. There's 3 different colors for the leather. This one is the one I actually decided to go with. We have Samsung present here. This one doesn't actually cover the hump as much. There's still a little bit of it on the back, but everything else looks pretty good. And of course, accessing our device is just absolutely very nice. One thing I would say though, it is actually protecting the S Pen pretty nicely with the leather all around it. And of course, you can actually pick up 1 out of 3 colors, and the buttons are matching the actual case. So again, the premium leather case directly from Samsung. Now the next case we're getting here, I did not see this available for the Note 20. Just want to mention that this was available for the Note 20 Ultra, at least at the time of me ordering it. This one actually does have a few extra things. It does have a pocket on the left. We'll be able to put a credit card or an ID. Your phone slides in pretty nicely. But one thing it does actually have is it has LEDs on the top, on the front, and you're able to customize this experience. If you're playing music, you have a nice little EQ, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. And when you're playing music, you're able to basically interface with it. Plus it again, you're also able to control the media. And of course, if I'm raising the volume here, I'll be able to actually interface with it. We'll go ahead and click the music. And you can definitely pause and play the music. It works really nice, and of course you're also able to customize the caller ID function to be able to show special graphics here. The next case we're taking a look at here is the rugged protective cover. It's available for both the Note 20 Ultra and the Note 20, and one of the really cool things about this is that this is actually a very nice ruggedized case. So this is very much the best protective case that they have to offer. The cool thing about it is it has a lot of similarities to that first case I showed you guys, with the exception that the back here is not see-through. There's a couple little lips here that you're able to open up for being able to basically set up your device. The bump or the hump on the back is pretty much eliminated. All the protections all around, of course, display protection on the top and bottom, as well as the S Pen protection, so it's not going to have any problem. Wireless charging and reverse wireless charging work great, and of course no obstruction. works really nice. Again, this is the rugged protective case cover provided from Samsung for both the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. The next case we're taking a look at, it reminds me a lot of the Pixel cases that we saw from Google. It's basically a fabric mesh on the outside with a solid plastic TPU on the inside. It's called the Quadra cover. It's available directly from Samsung, and this is going to be on our Note 20. As you can imagine, it looks really good, and it does eliminate that bump on the back. Buttons exposed, well, actually covered, but you do have access to them, of course. Microphone on the top, of course, coverage for the S Pen, and does have protection. Now, as far as the actual display, you'll notice it is slightly raised, so that does provide protection in case you're putting your display directly on a table. And since we have a flat display, there's no issues on the side. Again, it does have the name here, Quadra, which is the actual material that it is. And again, available for both Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. Now, the next case that we have here is called the clear standing case. It's available for both, as again, it does have a kickstand and it is a see-through clear. What I really like about it is the fact, A, we can definitely see our device. B, it has actually a really good built case. It definitely has a lot of protection. Different than the other cases that we saw, the clear protective ones that we saw from Samsung. Again, this is an original. And of course, all we have to do, just open up the actual flap on the side and of course set our device down, and we're able to watch our content. We have beautiful stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos. Of course, it's very thick. It's a very nice protective case, and of course see-through, so you can enjoy the color, whichever one you do pick up. So at this point, we finished all the cases for the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra made specifically from Samsung. At this point, I think we need to talk about Wallpix. This again is a great giveaway of 19 different codes for this application. It's a great application for live wallpapers directly for our Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. Coincidentally, it also works on the Note 10 if you have a phone like that. The main benefit here, of course, is the ability of actually using it to be able to download wallpapers specifically for our device. So let's go ahead and open up here. They're categorized here by basically Wallpix originals, abstract, aerial, AMOLED, city, minimal, nature, of course, Note 20. And you are also able to actually configure it on your device. So let's go ahead and put this one down here. I'm actually able to change it from the Note 20 to the Note 10. When you first install it and activate it, it's going to work out pretty good. So download the application directly from the Google Play Store, and of course, go into the Play Store and make sure you redeem the code, one of the codes that's available in the description below. You'll see here, these are the live wallpapers. That's the one I showed you guys right now that looks like kind of a little bit like Tron. So you open it up, and of course, as long as you're zooming in or unlocking directly into your home screen, it's going to look exactly the same. You're able to actually do different options. You have Naruto right there. You have a Dragon Ball GT here directly, pizza. All of these wallpapers are optimized to work specifically for our device, and of course, utilizing the space up there on the top. So you can see right there, Black Panther is right there. It looks really nice. And you're also able to save it. So let's go ahead and go back. You're either able to save it, favorite it, or set it. Now, I've already downloaded it before, so I'm not going to download anymore, but I do have it set as a favorite. And of course, I can go ahead and set it up as, let's say, go ahead and we'll set it up as the lock screen wallpaper. So my home screen is still that live wallpaper, and of course, now my lock screen is the Black Panther one. Looks really nice, and it works very, very simply. There's a lot of different things, new things added. There's the hot one here that you can go through. You saw some Batman right there. There's some Mickey Mouse right there, some nature ones. Obviously Wonder Woman, different options, Iron Man. There's a lot of different things that you can use to customize your device. And again, they're customized in a way to work with your lock screen. So let's go ahead and, or actually your home screen. So you can see right now the camera is actually present inside of that option. I can scroll through here. Let's say go down to, let's say, music, the tunes option right there. It actually is positioned perfectly into just looking really, really nice. Again, 19 different codes in the description. Wallpix available directly on the Google Play Store. I'll also give you guys a link to that in the description below. Works on both your Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, as well as the Note 10. The next case we're taking a look at is by a company called Pitaka, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware that there's a coupon in the description below to be able to save some money off these cases. These cases have a very unique feature. First, they're very thin. That's one of their unique features. But the other part is, you'll see here that it actually says there's a magnetic mount. These cases are actually called the Pitaka Mag Ease cases, made directly for the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. It fits our device very nicely, and of course, it's a minimal design, very, very minimalistic. Does not add any bulk to our device. Unfortunately, that also means that the bump doesn't actually go away, but it definitely works with that mount that works with Pitaka, and that's the magnetic mount that you're able to pick up directly from them. Again, very minimalistic, very, very nice. The mount itself is again called the Pitaka Mag Ease mount with Qi support, which means we'll be able to charge our devices using wireless charging with Qi supported devices. Of course, our Note 20s are compatible. And the mount itself is actually pretty simple. There's a USB-C port at the bottom, vents on the side, on both on the right and left side, and of course, the ability to mount it directly to either a stand mount with a 3M tape on the back if you want to be able to mount it anywhere in the car, or a vent mount clip that you're able to use. They do also include a USB-C to USB-A cable to be able to charge it directly from a USB charger or any USB ports in your car. The one thing I do want to mention though, that if you are using it directly only with the Note 20, you do not need to buy the additional case here, that additional magnetic option that you do need to pick up from them. This actually will work just directly with it. But because of the Note 20, well, the Note 20 Ultra, they did send me the additional attachment, which means I'm actually able to pick up my device very, very nicely. And as you can see, it's picking up the device very nicely, and it works in both landscape and portrait configuration. And again, as long as you connect the cable in the back, the device will wirelessly charge. It is actually going to hold the device very nicely, and again, will work with both Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The main difference though, of course, is that the Note 20 does not need that additional option. If you are going to be using, example, if you're going to be using, let's say, Android Auto in the car, you definitely want to be able to use that cable directly into your phone, as that's how it's going to be powering your Android Auto experience. If not, I think you're pretty much set. Wireless Qi charging here, again, compatible with the provided cable to use it in the car. And make sure you check out that coupon in the description below. As I mentioned to you guys, they do make a separate case that is not magnetic. It's called the Pitaka Air case, available for the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. But just keep in mind, this one does not have the magnetic connection. Of course, make sure to check that coupon to be able to save some money off your order directly from them. Switching it over to Allxr cases, this one is a soft silicone case, again, for both the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. Covers the device very nicely, takes away that little bump on the back. It is covered on the top, but unfortunately on the bottom it actually is open. It does actually help us to use standard USB cables as opposed to having to find a nice thin one. Again, this one looks really good, works pretty good, as well as the ability of providing us a little bit of a protection, not very prominent there. But of course, there's another option here that they do provide us with a carbon fiber material on the back. And this one just fits the exact same way, and it also does protect on the front, on the top, and on the bottom. So covered on the top, covered on the bottom. Looks really nice. Carbon fiber material in the back, good grip on the sides. Buttons obviously are easily clickable, and everything looks really nice. These are a couple of options from Olixar. They do provide us one more option, or a couple more options that are available for both the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. And that's going to be this case, and this one is actually more of a harder plastic that also fits on top of our case or our device. But you're still able to enjoy the color of your device. So if you pick up the green one, or the Mystic Bronze, you're going to be able to see it there. Coverage for the S Pen, all the ports, everything else looks good, and of course just gives you more of an all-around protection, and of course fixes that whole bump on the back with the camera. A little bit of a raised lip for the display on the front, and again, this is one of the other options. They also include a nice, this is more of a softer case, so very minimalistic as far as the design for the Note 20 Ultra, as well as the Note 20. Now the last set of cases that we're going to take a look at are made by a company called VRS Design. I've used them before. They're definitely very, very nice. The first one has a very unique, basically, experience. The reason behind that is it actually has a nice little compartment in the back. You're able to put in up to 2 credit cards, or an ID and a credit card. Unfortunately, one of the things that this does is it blocks the wireless charging as well as the reverse wireless charging. All of the other cases that we saw today do support both of those, but because of the fact that we have the ability of putting cards in here, those unfortunately will block the signal from either the coils of receiving the signal to wirelessly charge the device, or be able to basically charge from it using wireless reverse charging. It does fix the camera problem in the back, and it does actually have some offsets here on the top and bottom, so definitely not an issue when you're putting it down. A more prominent lip on the top and bottom to be able to protect the display, a nice little lanyard option, and of course a good grip on both sides, as well as the buttons that are nicely present. It does also provide us somewhat of a nice little finger rest here when you're holding the device in hands like this, so that you actually have a way of gripping it here, as opposed to having to do a full grip on the top. So very nice, very easy to use, and again, be able to put in 2 of your cards, either an ID and a credit card, or even put basically a nice little fold money if you want. For the most part, it's intended for cards. Now the next case we're going to take a look at is actually very nice. It has that carbon fiber material pattern on the back, but it's not really carbon fiber. It's see-through, which also means we'll be able to see our device through it. And one of the really cool things about it is it also has a nice little hook here that is supported by this nice little strap that is included in the actual back. The really cool thing about it is you're able to use this for extra protection. So let's say you're doing things with your device, you don't want to keep holding it in your hand. Make sure that your device obviously is secured, positioned in there, and then of course put your hand through it, and now you have that extra protection of your phone not falling or going away anywhere without you. You're able to obviously use it, keep it, take it out, and if you don't want to use it, it just definitely works as a lanyard option if you want to be able to use it there. But as far as the design, it looks really good. Offsets at the top and on the bottom to make sure that the device does not wobble, and of course it fixes that little bump on the Note 20 Ultra. and it looks really nice. I definitely like the protection that it offers as well as the design. And the last case in this entire bunch is going to be another VRS Design. This one actually is slightly different. It provides us some of the main protection that we saw with the last two cases, with the exception that this one actually has a kickstand that is actually not a spring-loaded kickstand. You definitely need to pop it up. There's a nice little button here, so you're able to use it obviously to set it down, enjoy content with your device. When you're not using it, you need to do basically make that little clip there. It'll work really nice, grip material on both sides, as well as offsets right above and under the actual clip so that the device doesn't wobble on here. It fixes the little option here with the camera on the Note 20 Ultra, so no problem there. And of course has some extra protections all around the device. And of course in front on the top part of the display as well as the bottom. VRS Design makes some really nice looking cases, very ergonomic. And of course, last but not least, that little bit of a lanyard option there. And of course, all the ports are open in the back. I really hope you guys were able to find something or one of the cases that I shared with you guys today that appeals to your style and of course what you'd like to put on your Note 20 or Note 20 Ultra. Of course, it goes without saying that these companies are not obviously making just cases for the Note 20 line of devices. They make them for many devices, so make sure to check them out. And while you're checking them out, of course, make sure you A, get that coupon in the description below for the Pitaka cases. B, make sure if you haven't checked it out yet, the Wallpix codes that I provided you guys, there's 19 of them in the description below. And there is basically a first come, first serve. Download the application, install it, activate or redeem the code directly in the Google Play Store to activate your license, and you're pretty much set. You'll be able to get all of the features out of the app directly on your Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, and of course your Note 10. It actually works on the Note 10 as well. So if you have a Note 10, this is definitely going to work for you guys. And of course, let me know in the comments below which one of these cases is your favorite. As usual, thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next video.